there are any passengers. It may have been a stolen pickup truck. We cannot confirm that. LAPD won't confirm that. Gillen, the question at this point, will the CHP take over at some point? Of course, it remains on the freeway long enough, and they likely will.
Oh, we're swerving in the stolen truck, baby. Let's go.
To stay behind them.
Make sure you share this out wherever you're at.
Potentially taking this over, getting into position.
Oh, look at this guy. He's on the move.
I'm trying to listen to the LAPD. I'm sorry.
Good to see everybody. Hope you're having a great night.
That they would be the ones that would be taking it over. I haven't heard anything yet from them. I believe LAPD is still hanging on to the pursuit, but I'm sure they're notifying the CHP at this point. We saw that truck there just a minute ago almost hit the front end of another vehicle.
Pickup truck. This guy's driving like a maniac.
Desperate to get away.
Like
and
a crazy
see if the driver
man.
tries to do any more of those antics here.
Good
with
to see everybody. Erica's
drivers
here.
that have no
Ian's
idea
here.
this is coming.
Yeah, and you could see that just moments ago, he was getting so close to some of these drivers. I mean, these are high speeds, you know, for this kind of thing to be happening. And
how's everybody doing tonight?
You know, the driver had to, you know, weave a little bit out of his way
stolen
so that they didn't
truck
make contact. But he is coming
with
quite
what
close
looks to be
a
the
lot of
proper
these
amount of
unsuspecting
stuff in the
drivers
back
here on the freeway, and using that shoulder to make his way
Andy
and try now
Dick
playing
Mountain.
with his headlights. And
Liz
trying to
is
make
here.
his way through. But yeah, we've been seeing him just kind of
Melanie's
going back
here.
and
Good
forth,
to see you.
trying to find his best
Spike
angle.
Donuts,
and
how
way
are things
or
down
road
under?
to make his way away.
Do us a
from
huge favor.
the,
Share this out.
LAPD. But
I like it when you like it.
Hopefully, the traffic will.
But I need you to share
kind
it
of work
too.
more in the
that make
LAPD's
sense?
favor than
I hope so.
than in his favor
hope
as he
so.
continues to weave in and out.
And the question at this point, how far back is LAPD? This has been
Leslie, how
ongoing,
far back are they?
Across the Montebello area.
I'm trying to get an idea what we got in the back of this
Monterey
sumbitch.
Park, and now approaching the Whittier Narrows
That's a
area.
KCC raid.
And of course, there'll be a choice there at the 605.
Good to
Is
see
LAPD
everybody.
Still behind this suspect?
Seems like we're going slow right now, but
Mike and Sherry, I believe the LAPD has dropped back.
Howdy,
and
howdy.
letting the airship track it, but they are in the meantime communicating with the CHP. Elizabeth
Sharon and
Chapman
Rick
on our
only get to
assignment
see you
desk
guys
tells
at
me
night
that the
now, which
CHP
is
talking
very
about it on a
sad.
different frequency. So
Hope you guys are
we
doing well.
definitely know that LAPD is talking with the
Lowlander.
CHP to try to get into position to pick up this pursuit.
CC, pick up that
using his
guitar and talk
blinkers
to me.
there to try and alert drivers. That's the first time we've
Ulysses,
seen that, as
my
he
man, how is it
changes
going?
lanes. Continuing there on lane 1 and not on the shoulder.
Coming through lane
but
1,
you wonder when he's on that
passing
shoulder,
around
there's
the
a lot of
side.
debris there that he could go over, that could, you know, disable one of his
Just-
tires.
There's tons of debris. We
Not
don't clean the
case
shoulders
just
of our
yet, as
roads.
He makes his way at some decent speeds on the 60 East.
Not
Coming
happening,
up toward
Captain.
the 605 South, and if he stays in this lane, he will merge
Good to see
onto
everybody.
the 605 South, and it looks as though, Gil, that's what he intends to do here.
Gil,
Yeah, so far,
look at this.
Looks like the plan for the driver.
Look at
We'll
this,
see
Gil.
if, the CHP. I hear them talking about it on different
Ooh,
frequencies. So they
CHP's
are
gonna get
quite
his
aware of
ass.
it. And we'll see if the Santa Fe Springs division
gift
of
that
the
keeps on
CHP
giving.
will pick it up if he goes southbound 605.
That was my nickname
Yeah,
in high
there's
school.
also a bunch of stuff in the back of this pickup truck here.
I know, we're
Again,
trying to
what
see
we
what the hell it
believe
is.
a
Also, with
stolen
27
pickup
months,
truck.
remember?
We're still waiting for confirmation on that.
That's an OG.
This pursuit
Northbound.
that was picked up by the LAPD
I'm
Holland.
go ahead and knock this one out to
They
Carol.
have dropped off conversations now with CHP and LAPD.
Don't forget
that
next week,
CHP
starting
might take
Monday,
over this as he makes his way on the 605
the mega
northbound.
membership marathon,
You
where
know,
we're going
and
to
you can
ask
see all
you
that-
guys
all
to
that
help out your fellow
equipment in the
man
back of this truck,
by
you know, as he's kind
gifting
of
them
weaving in
subs.
and out of these
Oh, we got the
lanes,
night
you just
sun on
worry
them. About
when,
time.
when this
Now I can
kind
see
of
what's in the
truck
back.
would fishtail and cause
Looks like an
even
extension
more
cord back there.
catastrophic, accident,
Bev, how are you?
you know, on this road.
Absolutely possible for sure. The LAPD
how we all
night sun
feel.
lighting it up right now, and we're hearing CHP trying to get into position for it. We are northbound now. 605
Yeah, I
from
can't
the
believe
60
Fangirl
freeway,
is here.
and the driver's going to
Welcome,
have the
Fangirl.
same problem with traffic. In fact, it's a little bit worse on this northbound
lot of swerving.
605 freeway
For
at
sure.
this point.
And we're hearing
Very
now
swervy.
LAPD confirming this is a stolen vehicle. So it's
There it
Holland
is,
Beck division of
confirmation.
LAPD,
It is stolen.
following what is now confirmed to be a stolen pickup truck. And we don't know at this point how many people other than the driver might be inside this pickup truck. If in fact the driver is the lone occupant, unclear at this point. And from what I can tell, the windows, or at least with the glare at night, it's very difficult to see inside. It looks as though they may be tinted.
Can we get the
light?
light?
Rate,
all right.
We're having
is that like an air conditioner or
to figure out what might be going on,
like
if anything, other than
air purifier or air conditioner, perhaps, and that big white thing, maybe?
Moved eastbound on the 60 freeway through congested
traffic
all the way to the 605.
I saw that.
Northbound.
That's crazy.
And now things are going to begin to loosen up a little bit.
Like Captain Tripp's being a member for 5 months.
LAPD has been behind this.
You know what? In your honor, there will be no hallelujah.
And of course,
you'll get the act
as well. Law enforcement is following this suspect. So the question now, will the CHP engage on the ground here with this suspect? Having been on
I thought it was a gas can too, maybe. Right there next to the white thing.
Mike and Cher, I am hearing the units talking about it. I hear units trying to get into position. They're about, they're trying to work out a
we think it's
we
got a dog cage, maybe.
Because of the heavy traffic, those units
dog
are having a hard time catching up
perhaps.
to it. But the truck right now is approaching the 10 freeway, and I hear CHP talking about being set up there.
Enjoy your dinner. What I'm going to pull a KCC. What did everybody have for dinner tonight?
They should be intercepting the vehicle there.
He's there on the carpool lane.
Like a dog. He's a dog in the back.
Some roadway there to work with and to move along at a decent speed. Again, no one behind him at this moment as far as law enforcement, but law enforcement certainly is above in their chopper.
What else do I got to do? I have no life.
Just, was shining on this car just to make the driver aware.
Speaking of fans, you can vote now
from the air
for Fan of the Year.
CHP tries to get
over in the community tab of Credence and Mikey on YouTube.
So we'll see what
Remember, there's
there
2 voting spots. You need to vote on both those.
There's that night, son. How this pursuit will
bear out
once we see the CHP behind him.
You guys give me just a second and I will catch up with everything. I promise.
Less than a mile from the 10 freeway interchange, and a question and a decision: continue northbound 605 or take that 10 freeway. The merge would be
talk about Merkins, whatever you want to talk about,
for either the 10 west or the 10 east, and it looks as though there goes that transition. He's going to stay northbound on the 605 at this point, at which point the next decision would be the 210 freeway.
All right.
And
YouTube Junkie and Carol are on the
at this hour,
monetary monitor.
And many questions remain about which way this suspect will go and whether the CHP
He was acting really weird earlier. He was like all over the road.
And Mike can share the.
These are the highest speeds we've seen him so far.
The traffic's lightened up here just past the interchange, and I'm looking up ahead to see how the traffic is. There's going to be some slow spots in about a mile, but then it'll pick up again.
I feel better now.
The 210 once again, but right now the driver here signaling even and driving pretty much normal at this point with no units behind it.
Yeah, but you have to
really close to that other car just then.
A helicopter over him.
He could have shook hands with the man on the other side.
A couple of minutes. I mean, if you're not, then I'm not sure. But yeah,
I saw there was a chase the other morning in Houston,
and shortly, maybe perhaps by
I haven't watched it yet
on the ground there,
but it seems like it was good.
But he does seem to be driving like
chili.
Normally, as
I had
if,
potato
nobody's
soup.
Following him. So using his
Wingstop. Ooh, humble brag. I wish I had some of that Wingstop money, boy.
Changing lane signals, and that's not something that we were seeing earlier.
How great would that be?
Driving on the side of the road, on the shoulder of
me
the road.
and Mangum working together.
No, not at all.
Side by side.
Out even at times, flashing his headlights at cars, weaving in and out.
I've never had nothing but a chicken pot pie. Never beef.
He's pretty calm, going a little bit faster than the other vehicles.
I tried doing that and it was terrible.
She's going to have some traffic up ahead when we get to the 210.
Yeah, let's let them dogs out.
210, not a surprise, and a question about which way this driver will go. Whether CHP will engage on the ground. Hard to say if there are any occupants.
Is that a hot water heater in the back?
Confirmed to be a stolen pickup truck. LAPD
initiated
this pursuit. The Hollenbeck division. It came out of the East LA area on the 60 freeway, making its way to the 605, and now 605 northbound approaching the 210 freeway. And hard to say at this point which way the suspect is going to go. There's still a little bit of road.
You guys are living your best lives out here.
Traffic This was
the 10's all messed up, right?
Going through traffic on
Is
the
it
freeway.
still closed?
Not a good situation. Using the shoulder on both sides of the freeway, using the gore points.
Using gore points to your advantage.
Boxed in by drivers who were just minding their business, heading home from work. And this
there I was minding my business, and boom, there was 6.
In one sense, with less traffic, it's better for everyone around the suspect,
6.
And a lot less danger.
You're on my Hall of Fame list.
CHP is talking about getting involved here.
When there's a Hall of Fame,
enforcement tracking that
you'll be
helicopter
in it.
right beneath Sky 5. You see the night sun. This suspect, Gil, has to know they're above him.
Absolutely. The truck has some very dark tinted.
I don't know if you think that's what's in the back of the truck or you had for dinner. Either way,
certainly that driver knows that night sun is on him, and they're here for him. So that's still an issue for that driver, knowing that.
You guys do me a huge favor.
Yeah, as you were saying, Micah, it is a
Hit the
relief
like
that
button.
there is some less traffic right now, because when he was boxing,
well, I thank Deborah for being a member
cars, he was
for God's sakes. I can't believe it's
them,
only been 9 months, Deborah. I feel like you've been here forever.
Contact. So as he makes his way on the northbound 605, we see here, it seems that he's calmed down a little bit with his.
If she takes off her merkin, she really likes you.
Not nearly as erratic as he was just a few minutes ago, maybe 10 minutes ago.
Well, that's because there's laws not on him right now.
As soon as you say that, he goes over to the shoulder.
Sure did. It looked like he wanted to pass on that shoulder one.
You went to the Ponderosa?
Looking behind, I have the pursuit out my door right now, so I'm able to look back at the traffic behind him. I don't see any.
Doing well in the voting, by the way.
So I'm trying to get
Hallelujah.
Catch what they're saying as far as what their plan is to intercept it eventually here.
Okay, that does kind of like a cat carrier or dog carrier now from this direction.
Trying to get units
the white
into the right
thing.
spot so that they can pick it up.
Possibly a gas can next to that.
5 News at 6:30. I'm Micah.
What's that thing hanging over the side? See something hanging over the side? What is that?
To be a stolen pickup truck. LAPD Hollenbeck initiating this pursuit. It moved eastbound on the 60 freeway to the 605.
Is that a dog?
Northbound,
that ain't a dog.
It is now approaching the 210. And this suspect, when the traffic was congested along much of the 60 freeway, what we saw was a very impatient driver, a very dangerous and erratic and reckless driver. Once things calmed down in terms of traffic, so too did the driver's demeanor, moving along at freeway speeds, much safer for everyone in the vicinity of this suspect. LAPD has since dropped back.
Hey, Machete.
The approach to the merge.
That's where we get a lot, huh?
210 westbound.
But I mean, they're everywhere. People are like, hey, man,
this in Sky 5. Gil.
Why they're all in LA? It's just because LA's got all the choppers.
Vehicle here going, reaching to the 210 here, now going westbound 210 from that 605 freeway. And we'll see if that
I don't know. Maybe. I haven't had a chance to text them or anything. But he sees we went live, I'm sure.
210 freeway
he'll be here if he feels like it's going to go long.
Looking way up towards Pasadena. It looks like it's moving. It's moderate traffic, moderate to heavy, but it is moving. So
maybe
the driver's going to have some.
Wow, I'm way behind. So this is when I skip a bunch of people. But thank Jeanette for making sure I knew about this as well.
Again,
thank you, Jeanette.
Impatient driver as the traffic became more congested. So it's a safer situation for everyone involved.
Ooh, don't be turning over into that
more congested. If this driver's
guy's gonna start acting crazy,
holds, he or she will become more aggressive, more impatient, more reckless, and obviously increase
carpet rolled up or a body. Ooh,
for the motorist.
I like what you're saying.
The LAPD dropped back on the ground. They're continuing to track this.
Wouldn't that be great if it was? I love a good wild woman.
Shining down on this suspect in what is confirmed to be a stolen pickup truck.
Oh no, that is terrible.
Talking about getting into position.
My condolences. That is awful.
On the ground.
Drugs are the
scourge.
And
you gotta wonder if
that is awful.
There you go. That looks as though they're getting off the freeway. You never know.
Good to see you, Pepper.
And yes, now that you can say, Gil, this is going to be in the Monrovia or Duarte area.
Jenny,
yes, that's exactly right.
We'll see
if the driver's going to want to go back onto the freeway. Had a chance right there.
We're getting off, everybody. Hold on tight.
He's got some traffic up here. He's picking up some speed on this side street next to the freeway, and we'll see what happens as he gets close to the next interchange. There it is, or intersection.
Mikey.
Got the green light, goes through it, and we'll see if that pushes him back on the freeway. He has the opportunity here to do that, but
I can't believe
so far, no. It looks like he's going to stay on that surface street.
Can't believe it.
All right.
Glad you're here,
This
Mikey.
has now become a surface street pursuit and something that is going to increase the danger.
What are we thinking
when
here?
you see an impatient driver,
what are they going to do?
Inclined to drive recklessly on the freeway.
He'll probably get back on the freeway
when you see this move into surface streets, especially at night. Visibility obviously is not what it would be during the day. And the question again now, whether the CHP will engage on the surface streets.
Did he go underneath there? Not coming.
Suspect loiters and lingers.
Why that happened? That's them
along the 210 freeway corridor. You have to believe they'd be more inclined to get involved. But again, it's anybody's guess.
Yes,
once it's on a surface street, what the local jurisdiction will or won't do to get involved.
I think this guy stopped underneath there for pass.
It's a stolen pickup truck. And we still have not.
I hope not.
Yeah, they just turned back eastbound.
There he is. There he is. We got him.
Still on it. Can't say for sure whether there's anyone in this truck aside from the driver, Gil.
I know I'm not in there.
You know what? The driver lingered underneath the freeway there, the 210 freeway for a while. Well, I thought maybe they were.
That was scary, guys.
Was going to bail out. Unclear if there was anyone else in the vehicle. That
maybe they let somebody out.
But the driver here continuing on now.
No, Ponderosa, man. Ooh, man.
And coming to a red light, and it is good news to see this driver stopping. When you watch the pattern of behavior from the last,
those are some very tinted windows, by the way. We can't see anything inside there.
Driving, putting a lot of people in danger on the freeway, particularly on that 60 eastbound, cutting
Sally,
people off.
It's really not
and shoulders
how long the truck is. It's just how well it works,
particularly at night
when it has to.
And we have this conversation, Gil, when you're driving home from work. This is the last thing you expect to see coming up behind you. It can catch people by surprise. And if the driver's going at a higher rate of speed, people don't.
Cooper, you're on the monetary monorail tonight,
right in front of the suspect,
doing some OT work.
For very serious trouble.
EJ, how are you?
Absolutely, especially when you don't have the police lights behind the vehicle. That certainly does help people looking in the rearview mirror to see what's coming. But in this case,
he's doing 37 miles an hour right now, by the way, guys.
The night sunlight lighting it up, but you may not or necessarily see that
as
crazy. The vehicle approaches. So yeah, it becomes a dangerous situation for drivers ahead of it.
So refresh us here. Now this is 210 eastbound once again, back on the freeway.
Yep, just merged onto the freeway.
Guys all over the place. He can't decide which way he wants to go.
605 again up ahead, but the eastbound 210, if the driver stays on that, it's going to be.
That's a great question. Nightbot.
Just past the interchange, so we might see the driver go south 605 here to avoid that.
Nightbot.
And that would be the direction from which this driver came. Again, this
underwear
coming out of the LAPD Hollenbeck division,
kind of underwear you wearing
on the 60 freeway to the 605 north, 210 west. You just saw the suspect jump off the freeway there in the Duarte area.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Back on in the opposite direction. So
is it
now
though?
We're back 210 eastbound. Approaching the 605 interchange here. Question as to whether that's going to be the play or if it's going to be. Yeah, see, look at this at the last moment.
He's trying to get to Vegas. Yeah, he's in
cannonball run by black and whites, which he is not at this point. This is being followed from the air by law enforcement.
I like this theory
again. Trying to get into position.
Also like this,
the suspect,
Paisley.
But it's proving a challenge here. As this driver moves on and off the freeway,
I'm sorry.
Interchange.
That's right, and but there is a possibility that the units that were coming north
not today.
605,
nobody sent me any money.
Were able to are now intercept easier, I should say, as the driver's now.
I know she is always on it. Jeanette is on it.
But at this point, yeah, no one's behind him other than the night sunlight above him.
I think so too. He got rid of something. He was under there way too long.
Eyeballs on him.
What would be the CHP Baldwin Park division that would get involved here?
It has been a while, bud.
That comes to pass. We know that. I mean, there are a lot of CHP vehicles in the vicinity on
it's just got an extended cab, right?
Position themselves to get behind what we now know is a stolen truck. We do not know how many people other than the driver might be inside this truck. As you can see,
they weren't over it a while ago, so let me check.
To see in, they're likely tinted. And
likely
so again,
tinted.
Stolen truck, and that's all we can confirm at this
point. I enjoy
LAPD will confirm for
ABC a lot more because
intent on staying
they
with
don't
the suspect and following
try to Sue
on
ya.
the air as CHP is
Ain't gonna yell at you until
indicating
you
they're
take it
inclined
down.
to get involved. When that might happen, it could be any moment now as we're back
All right, guys,
southbound on the
we're gonna
605
jump.
freeway.
Just give me a sec. We're getting to a better feed. We're jumping courtesy of 6 to channel 7. And just like that,
tire.
we're there.
Tell. But
look at that.
There was some kind of
smooth
incident with that truck on the 605. But again,
so he had an incident earlier. Okay.
Not exactly in this neighborhood now.
Beautiful stream. Thank you to our friends over there at ABC7 who have never been a-holes to us and have always let us use their streams. So kudos to them. If you're in that area, don't watch any other channel but them.
This person, we don't
Only
exactly
them.
know when this vehicle may have been
Say my
stolen
name,
or
say
what
my
the
name,
circumstances
Jerry.
were behind
Sneeze
this.
Fairy.
No, we don't know. We really don't know a lot other than the fact that this is
so
a
much.
stolen
Look how
vehicle.
crisp
Something
and beautiful
tells
this
me there's
picture
more
is.
to it. However, we're still only seeing limited resources dedicated to this pursuit. So
We're probably going to be able to
know
tell
that
what's in the
LAPD
back.
was fine enough just letting it go, handing it off to the LA County Sheriff's Department. So it wasn't serious enough for LAPD to continue it out of their jurisdiction.
Rick?
But still, we'll see. Here comes that CHP unit.
Here they come, Rick.
CHP unit, the first primary unit to join the pursuit since we have hit the bottom of the hour.
That was for you, Rick. That was for you. And this is for me. $2 cash. In honor of your birthday next week, and in honor of your birthday, they're coming in hot. Real hot now. They're not playing around. We're not playing around either. Let's get it done. Let's get those likes. Everybody say hello. Love to hear from you.
This is not a pursuit technically, but they are now.
No, it's technically going to be one.
With the lights and sirens off. No longer code 3. This is now firmly in tracking mode, but they're going to continue to track.
We're getting into some traffic.
Agitate her further. I think the
her. It is a her.
Going down to a comfortable speed that they don't want to spook her too much. Right now, if she gets off the freeway, they can safely follow from a distance.
Confirmed.
And eventually
Wild Werman.
Stop if they
Wild
can get into
Werman.
the position here. But she has now
Love
exited the freeway at Lower Azusa Road, just off of the 605. The sheriff or the CHP helicopter now providing the light from above. One unit right behind her. They will almost certainly call for backup before they light her up again.
Kona's mom has got it going on.
The driving is slowing down ever so slightly here. The
10 big ones.
Is
wow,
a
thank you.
Bit,
Generosity.
A little bit better behaved. You can see she's not really attempting.
Get your guesses in on if she's hot or not. Go ahead.
On, where she was just weaving across all lanes and just driving very erratically. Now it looks like she's just a little bit more under control here. So we'll see how close that primary unit gets. He's about maybe a couple hundred feet back, I would say. Still continuing. That was a red light.
Wow, look at that.
She just ran.
Party bus.
We have to re-rack that. It looked like a red light that she ran. That CHP unit made the.
All right, so she's getting a little more aggressive. I like that.
Ran it, I think, unless it had just turned green. I'm really not sure. But
I don't want her to quit, but I also don't want her to hurt anybody.
Like maybe she's attempting to get off of Lower Azusa Road in that turn lane. No, she's just using the wrong way. Go the wrong way on Lower Azusa Road. So she's just going around this traffic using that median. Going the opposite direction.
The old turning lane.
Where there is now a little bit of traffic ahead of her on Lower Azusa Road. Once again, you see her pushing the pedal to the metal on the oncoming
pedal to the metal
traffic. That is certainly going to attract the attention.
She's eastbound and down
as they try to get more units in position.
Oh, that is just so. I mean, I feel like I'm just holding my breath because I can only imagine the people
5 out of 10 wearing pajamas. Ooh.
When you start seeing headlights in the same lane that you're in, and you're thinking,
guessing she's on crack.
Oh, and
just turning right across like that. That's crazy.
Are you going to pull over? Do you not know that you're being tracked? Do you not know you're being chased? She definitely knows.
Yeah, she knows she's being chased. It's a stolen car.
We don't tend to
Reno,
see a lot of
it's your birthday.
We're
going to party like it's Reno's birthday. Reno, happy birthday.
It's still somewhat not one of these common
happy birthday. There we go.
Alleged stolen.
You should be scared.
With the female driver.
Gina's here. Everybody should be afraid.
Yeah, we can't really tell. I mean,
And
it does
she's
look
hot.
like it's not necessarily a work truck. There is some.
Nah, it's not a work truck unless it's Fred Sanford's work truck.
I saw a spare wheel and maybe some.
Looks
other
like somebody
tools,
collecting garbage.
maybe a cooler as well, so it was hard to tell. But there are several items in the back there that she's hauling off of Peck Road now on.
That's a good question.
Here,
I don't know.
Off of Peck, now coming up on.
They get a plaque. Suitable for hanging.
On Peck Road off of Mulhall. So she did a little circle there.
Checking the PP. Yes, I will do that.
I expect that they'll pull up much closer on her, close up behind her, because now that she's really ramped things up, especially once she went into those oncoming lanes of traffic.
Thank you.
It really
it
makes it all the more urgent for them to get her off the road. So I think that's going to really change the tactic of that primary officer, probably just waiting.
She's wearing pink Crocs
before they pull up closer, closer behind her.
The hotter women's don't need to steal.
Here on Peck Road, she is now in rush hour traffic along Peck Road. And
look, it's a double Gina night.
Only a
2 Ginas for one. Good to see you, Gina.
Sirens blaring.
And you're very welcome, Reno.
CHP now desperate to get her off the road.
No kidding, especially when it's when there's a lot of traffic.
I mean, are we that desperate right now? I don't know.
At first, I thought she was going to hit that parked semi or.
Another red light through the red.
She just blew the red, guys.
Now that,
and Carol's asking everyone to go right now and vote for Fan of the Year and vote for Iowa Golfer. It's in the community tab. Feel free.
We may see
he's probably watching right now or sleeping. One of the two.
Or something else. We'll see. We'll
see
LA
what
8 here, but certainly the pit maneuver is an option if there is a wide open enough stretch.
It's your birthday too, Dory? Wow, happy birthday.
Just yet. You see a lot of traffic ahead of her.
It could be Stephanie from earlier. She's going to pick up her son. She's got to get there now.
Is an option that they will employ here.
Now.
You see that primary unit.
Oh, another intersection. Be careful.
Back up, joining the pursuit.
Oh, there's the police. Okay, they're stopping traffic.
Potentially CHP as well, about to execute.
See, Carol got hers.
At least I think they will try
real.
and pull up much closer.
580 of you here. Good to see everybody. Hit the old like button. We'd appreciate that.
Closely monitoring this situation because
I say we have a mouse in my pocket.
It just elevates the danger level for pedestrians. You just hope that no children or
you're probably going on
out for an evening
with a
walk
correct
right
guess. Oh, where we go now?
Are they getting back on the freeway right there?
Getting back on the freeway.
Damn.
Transition road. Back onto the freeway now. It's going to put her on the 10 freeway. So 2.
Yeah, you should. Or a governor of
following her onto the 10 freeway,
beautiful California one.
Peck Road. Now
this picture is suitable.
The westbound side of the 10
yeah,
freeway.
She's doing
now,
good.
Obviously, we know the 10 freeway is shut down much further west of here, but we've got about 10 to 15 miles before that comes into play. So we'll see what traffic does.
All right, so we're back on the freeway. We're going to haul ass for a minute.
But quite frankly, Colleen, once we get closer,
she'll be able to open her up a bit.
All bets are off because everything was bright red brake lights as we made our way out to the east here. So
yeah,
start to see
she's going to end up getting stuck for sure.
Westbound on the 10 freeway, but of course.
Oh yeah, I watch. If you like court, you like a really good chat.
No,
and you're up late
I'm
nights.
Just amazed.
She's like the
we all
Rhonda Shear
in and out
of court.
Work and
it's a kitchen court chat.
When there's a pursuit happening, it seems like what would normally be just jam-packed.
You know who Rhonda Shear is? Look it up.
Seems to be completely open, which is a relief.
Yeah.
It's sort of one of those.
We're gonna watch it. I just don't know when yet.
The far fewer people that this person.
But I saw it.
I
saw that happen.
Truck.
Warren.
Better, but it's still amazing, and they look like they're going really fast right now. I can't tell, but it does look.
Shout outs to the birds.
Kind of cooking along right now.
The little birds.
She's pushing it now.
Reggie and Todd.
Miles per hour with really.
Those are some of the best bird names I've ever heard.
She's got those carpool lanes.
Reggie and Todd.
Now, and she's using them to full advantage. She could go faster, but she's already doing about 80. And now we're going to see.
Are they the kind of birds that talk, or are they the ones that just chirp?
Not too aggressive because
we need some.
Still lots of other motorists.
Well, with her getting back on here, it's going to make it a lot harder.
We are going to see some more pressure applied.
I just don't know what we're going to do now that she's gotten back on. They said there's tons of traffic. I would have to guess she's going to run into traffic and get stuck.
Just trying to keep it on her. You know, it's so.
Oh, your birthday was yesterday. Well,
I got to tell you, Colleen. Keeping that night sun on
it's still
vehicle
it's your birthday week.
Easier, or it's much harder, I should say, than it looks on television. controlling that night
Yes,
sun is really
the highest
a
praise of all.
skill, and it does take a certain amount of talent to keep that light on a fast-moving
no,
truck
you're
like
fine.
this. So you'll occasionally
You're fine.
see her dip into the darkness
Not
here,
a problem.
but right now they do have the night sun on her. It's providing tremendous assistance.
I'm glad everybody's here.
Units,
if you would, make sure
the other
you have.
around
I'm getting to the PP, Miss K.
going on. There is something
make sure
to be on the lookout for.
that you got gifts turned on so you can get free membership. Because next week is going to be the mega membership marathon for the week of Thanksgiving, and
of course a high pursuit.
I won't be live, Alex, but I am preparing a litany of shows that will play on Thanksgiving Day. So you can still have somebody to hang out with. I'll just be
10 or so.
automated, we'll say.
I think Ellen Leva may have said it before. These are gas guzzlers. So how
these are gas guzzlers. They shouldn't be on the road.
Gas, I would say these
gas
cars,
guzzlers. Yes, that's what they were thinking. You know what?
Gallon. And that's about as much.
It's a gas guzzler. I should probably steal something more efficient.
It's only because I had
so yeah, keep an eye out for the Turkey Day getaway on the main channel.
I mean, this truck seems like it must have been a full tank.
Yeah, it's somewhat, I think, a newer model.
Maybe it's
been through a
newer.
Tear, but you see, she is accelerating here. It always depends too.
It's a
stolen vehicle,
it's just
the details of that theft.
It's not something I enjoy doing, like putting them up. I don't mind reading them. It's just trying to keep up with them and do other things like, tell Carol thank you. 99 cents from Carol. I call that $1.
Or did that theft just happen this afternoon? We just don't know the answer to those questions. Presumably,
sorry, I'm trying to get my PP.
They have more details than we do. Certainly, it's simple enough to run the plates and find out who
that's a big
proper
PP.
owner of the vehicle is and what the situation is. But in any event, you now see
huge,
two primary units,
massive.
a primary unit and a secondary unit, I should say, as well as California Highway Patrol's
before I get you over there on the monorail. Miss K. 50
around all of this
$50 in the PayPal.
And again, it's worth reiterating, the further
you know how to make an old man smile.
Run into a detour, which we are
Thank
well
you
aware
so
of.
much.
I know,
oh my goodness.
You would have
very
to say,
generous.
You have to almost
much
live under a rock
appreciated.
if you live in
if you know anything about us, we'll never ask for it.
Freeways.
But damn if we don't appreciate it, and it definitely helps pay the bills around here, and we really do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Maybe that's what everyone else is thinking as well, being that the traffic is moving pretty smoothly right now.
Yeah, where's all this traffic he was just talking about?
This all started in East LA. This has turned into basically a joyride, Colleen. To take it all the way.
You think they're having fun? Is that what we're saying?
After the 605.
Thank you for the big
play
PP.
Those games in El Monte, trying to run from CHP up there on Penn
that
Road,
big
and only to get back on the 10 freeway of all freeways to head back towards downtown. It just tells you that there is no real clear.
Well, no. Are we trying to say this person's a mastermind? No. She's just on the move.
That truck does indeed run out of gas, and she starts to look for an
opportunity. Will she stop before it runs out of gas, or are we going to run out of gas, and that's how this is going to end?
Is evident that she may look for an opportunity to run, considering that she
look
came
at Karen
to a very
becoming a member. Karen,
pause under
welcome
that freeway earlier.
to the danger
got
zone.
The impression that she was thinking about maybe getting out, dumping the vehicle. I was looking for her to come out on foot.
And Paul
on the other side of that
gifting
overpass.
5. Look, already
he's
kicking off mega membership marathon early.
And so,
thank you,
we'll
thank
see
you, thank
what's
you.
going through her mind. You never know what's going through somebody's mind. And
you've heard of Johnny Be Good? This is his way better brother, Reggie Be Good.
At play here. How desperate is the individual?
5 bones,
and, of course, the
and that's a
question
cute pup.
Is if there are any other crimes
thank you guys. Wow.
Is this person armed, or is it only the truck that those officers?
Well, she's armed with a truck,
all
right?
These suspects as if they're possibly armed, of course. But do they have any intel telling them otherwise? Do they know if there were other weapons used in a previous crime? Was this carjacking? Again, questions we just don't know the answer.
Are there a lot of women carjackers?
You're absolutely right. I know I've said it in the past. My dad was a San Francisco police officer, and he said the two most nerve-wracking sort of not arrests or something, but two most nerve-wracking calls were if there was a domestic disturbance at a house, and if it was you were just pulling over a vehicle.
Yes, happy
And
birthday.
you know, police are constantly pulling over vehicles for multiple traffic violations, but there's no
Dick Mountain, that is a
routine
great
stop
point.
unless I feel like unless you pulled somebody over like me, who's pulls up as soon as I feel like I'm seeing I'm going to be
No,
pulled
no, no.
over,
40 is not old. I wish I was 40.
and
I'd love
you know,
that.
I'm terrified when I get pulled over by the police, despite my father being a police officer, because you just never know. Did you do something? So clearly, this woman now
she's
she
hauling
knows she's
now, man.
being,
She's opening that thing up,
chased
seeing what we can
and
do with
will
it.
not pull over, which then does up the suspicion that she might be connected to
Yeah, this is a wild woman. She's on the go.
state of mind to have a
Give the
normal interaction with law enforcement.
Exactly. It's one of
All
those
right.
two.
You guys got to give me a second so I can take care of this business.
Up here. Now we have a third unit.
Talk amongst yourselves.
The pursuit.
Tell me how this is going to end. I want to know.
Right.
It's a woman in a stolen vehicle. Go ahead.
Either there's another crime here that she's running from, or potentially
beyond a stolen truck. Well, maybe, I guess.
And that could be why she's refusing to pull over here. If she's experienced at this, she may know, you know, if she, in other words, if she's a career criminal, for example, I'm not saying she is, but if she is,
her guidance counselor told her, like, look, honey,
she knows the drill. She knows.
I think you should be a career criminal,
which could be a night in jail. But then again, it might not even be a night in jail. It may be a few hours in jail, and she could be. Right, well,
it is California, so probably
to pull over right away. She's calculating.
She's probably ordering DoorDash while she's in the car because she knows she'll be out that quick.
Maybe she can get away and avoid the arrest altogether. Yeah. Already, worth reiterating, LAPD was willing enough to let this go.
Right.
She tested
Spike Donuts.
Now she's back
10
in
big
their
ones.
jurisdiction.
So look at all this traffic, guys.
Back into LAPD
buddy.
jurisdiction where this
is going to get interesting.
If she gets off the
and
freeway,
so
LAPD
is K. Jackson.
And they probably won't be as gentle this time. They won't be as willing to let her go.
Thank you, Spike Donuts. Thank you for 10 membership. The gift that keeps on giving, guys. 600 of you here. What's up? All right, now we're going to see some bumper cars. Get ready.
Freeway coming to a stop here, or not a stop,
Get ready.
Coming to a crawl as bumper to bumper traffic.
Bumper to bumper
traffic
avenues packed.
The East LA interchange.
Yeah, and you don't have a shoulder here for quite some time, so this is where it gets.
All right, she's going to bob and weave. Let's see what this wheels are.
I don't understand why some cars are just at full stops, you know, to try to.
She's getting off. Maybe got to, right?
Also, the windows.
Time to pit this fool.
Because it's evening, but they look like they're very, very tinted on the passenger and driver side of the window, so you can't really see what is going on in the cab.
They're
you don't
definitely
know
blacked
if she's
out.
by herself, or do we know if she's by herself?
She'll go back. Yeah. All right, here we go.
We don't know, but look at that. She really just picked up speed there.
She
on the freeway now on Mission Road.
She went for the jump.
Speed, threw up the real-time speed tracker. We see her at 50 miles per hour.
Get that jump going.
A second ago as she tried to outrun that cop at the intersection. Again, CHP, the primary agency here to answer your question, Colleen. We don't know who else is in the vehicle, but I
have a feeling she let somebody out.
Aggression just in the last few seconds
when she was under that overpass.
She felt the pressure from all of that traffic. The 10 freeway was at a standstill if she stayed on it. A spike strip was not an option. A pit maneuver was not an option. And so now California Highway Patrol finds themselves back on surface streets as she
it's time to make a move.
The LA River here. She's
time to make a move, guys.
At First Street, the First Street Bridge, heading into downtown LA.
Yeah, and I am curious to see where she's going to.
Watch out for the gun motorcycle.
She's on the shoulder now, I guess.
Using that shoulder. Yep.
Yeah,
better be careful. It could be one of those soft shoulders I see the signs for all the time.
She almost hit that.
Caution, soft shoulder.
She really is being very aggressive now.
Whoa! This is going to get bad.
Because it
get real bad
behind her. She is just going in and out.
She is no F's given.
If I were one of those drivers anywhere near this truck.
Yes, thank you guys for the likes. Please continue to do so.
Instinctively want to pull over to the right, but she's passing to your right. And
she's doing pretty good. I'm going to give it to her, Lord. You're right.
Now she's back to their left.
She hasn't hit many cars. I think she might have bumped one.
Right behind her here, and she is in another major intersection coming up here at First Street and Hewitt Street.
Very good
That's
chance.
going to be another red light that she just blew through. Those 3 units.
Why are we not making a move to stop her?
Sirens on.
Watch out!
The street as she makes a
Stand
wild
back!
left southbound turn.
God's sakes, get back! Maybe she is. Maybe she was
LA, where the streets
trying to get to it.
Narrower, the buildings are much taller, and the pedestrian traffic is much heavier. We will see if they continue this pursuit. If the speeds continue at this rate, they may let the helicopter do the work here. But right now, she is really pushing it down a pretty empty Central Avenue. But you never know when somebody's crossing
Ain't nothing
wrong through this
wrong
part of town. We're just entering Skid Row.
Oh yeah,
with
no
a
doubt
little
about it.
bump and grind.
And, Chris, do they ever turn off this night sun, like really just go into tracking mode where the person doesn't?
I hope
know
not,
that
because
they're
somebody's
being
going to get
followed?
killed the way this person's driving.
So that would be surveillance mode, and that is another possibility. That is an option
Need the
at their
spike
disposal if they
strips.
just want to not.
I feel like
spook
we
the
get the
person
spike strips on this
take
will
some of
end
the
pretty
pressure off,
quickly.
but continue to keep an eye on her. Many of these helicopters are equipped with infrared technology, so even though they don't have the night sun on her,
Hey, what's going on,
for our
Doc?
advantage, they still see a very clear image on their screens inside the cockpit of her movements.
Definitely. Definitely will.
California Highway Patrol does have that technology at their disposal. Right now, those 3 pursuing officers still able to keep a solid visual.
I'm glad we're able to.
Rob, help me out really quick.
you
Are
out
their
with
lights still on, or did they turn them off?
I think the lights are still on.
I think they're off. So now they're following.
Oh, you see it right
they
there.
backed way off. They're still following.
Stay close, though. Don't lose them in this.
Some of the, at least one of the patrol cars still had their lights on, but you're right. They
should be
they
kinda
really
like
slowed
that.
down. And I mean, this driver again. I'm going to keep asking you these questions.
Watch out.
Sort of my head spinning on all the.
the wrong way.
Goodness gracious! This.
Golly.
Ooh, threading the needle here on
Oh,
Central
God.
Avenue, Colleen.
Yeah.
This is scary.
It is.
A lot of
Ooh.
rush hour traffic.
And
going
there's
up there on
a
Central Avenue.
cop right in front of
Another
them?
Intersection finally coming to a stop for the
She's
first
behind
time.
the police officer, though.
That's
She doesn't know
called
what to
soft
do.
swingings.
She's behind
She's
a police
behind
officer.
another patrol car.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. And the patrol car
He
is
doesn't
going,
even know.
what the
That's
what?
an LAPD
Come
officer.
on,
He doesn't
man.
even know. He's not even aware, I don't think.
And
Come on, man.
How lucky am I getting? Now I'm going to sit here and think about what am I going to do? What do we do? Like that would be me.
Here, look, passenger door.
Oh, the door's
Passenger
opening.
door.
How many people are getting out?
Rear door popping open. A passenger stepping out of the vehicle. The driver coming out the other side. We're at Central Avenue and Olympic Boulevard. They have
Two bones. And there's a dog. Oh my God, there's numerous people, and there is a dog.
Now CHP is probably.
Oh, her
They're
pants are
running
falling
through
down.
Traffic with the dog.
God.
They're running through traffic with those belongings, dumping the vehicle in the middle of Central Avenue. Now running for it along Olympic Boulevard at Central, continuing now down.
What's the dog doing?
We know for a fact law enforcement is close by. We have helicopters in the air. There are plenty of eyeballs on these 2 suspects. They will be taken down here one way or another.
Oh my God.
But that dog,
This is crazy.
as you
Just
know,
left the
Colleen,
car right
is
there.
going to come into play here
Yeah.
as they approach these 2 individuals.
And it's a very large
suspect
It
they
looked
probably
like a
would have
friendly
already
dog.
done
I'm
it,
not
but
going to
now
lie.
that
It looked pretty
Decision
friendly.
making is made all the more complicated by that large dog.
Yeah, and it's a large pit bull. Let's be honest. One never
Oh,
knows.
go
And,
green.
you know,
Why
we have a
not?
large German Shepherd
Just
like
do
the
it.
other night. Like I've always
Just
had
do
German
it. Just
Shepherds.
let it
They're,
happen.
you know, they're intimidating. These dogs
Right.
are intimidating. There's not a
Ooh,
little.
maybe it ran
Yorkie.
out of gas.
So
You
you're
might
gonna
be
have
right.
Some more consideration when you're a law enforcement officer coming.
I can't believe that cop was right in front
pull
of
these
her.
people over. And again,
Let the
now
with
I'm
somebody
thinking,
else in the car we didn't know
why
about,
didn't-
and
why
a
didn't
dog.
they just let them go? If the LAPD was thinking of letting them go, you just don't know what these people were thinking of,
For
why
sure.
they tried to get away, and hate for them just to let.
can't
obviously they're not
believe
gonna just let
this.
their dog go because they're stopping to let the dog go to the bathroom. So they're
Yeah.
clearly considerate
Yeah.
of their animal, but
Well, I don't
I
think they
don't
could
like
tell
to
the dog to
watch.
hold it.
Here
No,
they
no,
go.
no.
Here
Hold
they
it,
come.
dog.
Here come
Here
those
comes the
units,
law.
and we will see how
Here
this
come the law.
plays out. They're coming up ahead of her.
Here come the law.
I think they're well aware. I believe.
well, remember
money-
was this person the driver? I don't know.
Yes, that
Oh.
was the driver. That is the
Oh.
driver. It looked like, hard to tell, but it looked like a male passenger, female driver, male passenger.
Are they hiding on the
Both
other side of that
strapped to
18-wheeler?
belongings, A couple of pretty hefty backpacks and duffel bags.
Oh, that's
And
concerning.
I've lost a visual of the passenger. But
They
we're
felt
gonna stay right
comfortable.
behind- over to
They
the
said,
left,
"Why
Rob. I
not?"
think she's in front of the truck.
Yeah.
Is she
Right,
under the
right,
tree? Under the tree. Okay.
adjacent to
Behind the truck, under the tree. Behind the
Right.
truck, under the tree with the dog. Here comes CHP.
It's like
They're in front of
Clue.
her. And I don't
behind the
have a
truck
good
under
ear.
the tree
Is that
with
an
the
officer?
dog.
I can't tell.
I think that's the girl.
That's the girl.
That's how they
Okay.
killed
That's the girl. She's
Colonel
on the phone.
Mustard.
There's the dog.
Now the dog.
Passenger and driver
out.
together with the dog behind that truck. Here comes another black and white under the tree here. People with their guns drawn.
Of course.
No
No
guns.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
here's the gun.
Oh, he's got his
Okay.
PPU out
Weapons
now.
out,
I will
pointed
catch up with
directly at
everybody
those
who don't know
suspects.
in just a
And
second, I
now
promise.
we'll try and get a better vantage point underneath this tree.
Yeah.
They're running.
Oh.
Running.
She's running.
Where's the dog?
Running
This
without
one's
the
holding
dog.
Oh, great.
She
Running
left the
without
dog.
the dog. 2 officers in foot
You
pursuit through
bastard.
traffic here on Olympic Boulevard, a very busy.
He's gonna hit her.
City
Oh,
bus
he's gonna
right
get
there.
her.
And now she's
Oh.
taken down to the ground. Look at this. The driver being taken out of the ground by 2 officers, and we still have
got
to
her.
look out for that passenger and the
Boom.
dog.
And the dog.
As soon as we, okay,
Woo.
she's detained.
The dog.
Let's go ahead and just tilt up and see if we have any other activity behind that truck. I suspect they may have caught up with him as well. It was right near that tree in front of the truck. I'm not sure if there were enough units to converge there. Only those 2 patrol cars, and they may not.
Man,
have,
that was a big girl too.
The cops have the dog. An officer with the dog?
The dog's
For
fine.
sure? Okay.
The dog's
The
good.
dog is not
We
going to leave their
believe-
owner. I mean, come
No,
on,
that
we all
dog.
know
That
this.
dog don't give a shit
most
about
dogs
them.
are
They was
not
terrible
gonna leave their
owners.
owner. It's just not going to be a willing.
That dog's
thing.
gonna get a way better
Mine was-
owner
So we
now.
can, yeah.
Drop down on the ground and be like, "What? No, can't go."
There is the
But what a good dog.
passenger.
With the
Oh, it's the passenger without the. Okay, we thought it was an officer. Okay, it was a. This is the passenger.
Yeah.
Another female. Is that a female?
Yeah.
It's
Double
another
woman.
Female. So
Two
females.
women's
She's
tonight.
out of the car and
Two
with
girls.
The dog. No, did the
She-
driver have the dog?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, a little bit of confusion up here. That is the passenger with the dog. She's now on the phone.
Oh my God, this
And
is
now
crazy.
those 2 patrol cars are right next to her. So presumably she may be willing to give up. Something tells me she may have had enough, and she is ready and willing to give herself up.
Why-
Here.
Tiny
what would
piggy
she
with
be
10
facing?
big
She's
ones.
the passenger.
10.
I mean,
10.
at this point, I want to whisper in her ear, say, "You didn't know. Just keep you and your dog safe." Like,
I mean,
you're like,
she has
what?
plenty of opportunity to walk away.
Really?
I mean, now
those
she's
lady was
walking
driving.
away.
Yeah, but I don't
But-
know how you get out of the car when you're scared and the person driving so erratically. You just never know.
Well,
She's
it's
gonna
also
leave.
worth mentioning we don't know if that person was being
And
held
her
against
and
their
the
will, if
dog.
they were a willing participant in that pursuit.
Leave.
Right.
Those variables matter as well. But now she is indeed walking away from the scene here.
Maybe they're going to let her go. Doesn't it look like they might let her go? Aren't we the only ones on her? Not we, but probably, I don't see.
Yeah,
police
definitely not
walking
you,
over
lady.
to her.
Police are making their way over here. Not
Oh.
quite fast enough, but they are making their way over here. I can confirm that there are officers making their way back over to this area. Do you see them, Rob? I don't.
I don't. only
I don't
see
think
them
they're
doing the
coming
patrol
for her.
cars.
Yeah, so somebody's near that patrol car. That would be one of the
I don't think they're
officers
gonna.
who will
I don't think they're
likely
gonna get her.
make their way down the sidewalk here.
I think we're gonna
She
let her go.
appears to be relatively composed here with the
She's walking
dog,
away like
just
she's
kind of standing
Bruce
by
Banner.
and ready to cooperate. She appears
Like it's the end of
willing to cooperate.
Incredible
she
Hulk
is
TV show.
Guilty by association.
Right.
However, she has not committed any crimes that we have seen. This is again the passenger in that pursuit.
Yeah, and this is where we see. I just can't remember if she took the dog out or if the driver. So we're.
Oh,
seeing them
now we're
come
trying
out
to figure out
of
who let the
car,
dog out. Really?
and it was the driver who took the dog out. So, I mean, I just can't stand it when I see an animal involved. They're really the innocent one here.
Wow, we saw a
But,
lot of that
it'll be
lady's
interesting
ass.
To see what happens. I really have a feeling that police are going to say, we don't want anything.
Yes, it
happening
is,
to
James.
anybody
Yes,
with
it
this
is.
situation. This person didn't do anything, and I mean,
It's possible.
Just
that you
a
let the
woman
passenger
walking
go.
her
yeah, let the
dog.
passenger go because you
It's
don't
possible.
need a lot of
we
fallout.
heard them making their way over towards her on the radio, but they have had plenty of opportunity now, and I have not seen any officers.
Just
As she
gonna let her
approaches
go.
Central and
All right.
Olympic again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Those
she's gonna
two
have like
officers
8,000
are
pounds
staying
of
put with the driver,
fentanyl in the back
and,
that backpack she's
that
got on her.
would,
But why
coincide
not?
with what you were saying?
Just
Colin.
let her go.
Well, you
Yeah,
don't want to make matters
she's
any worse.
earned it.
I mean, there's no reason to escalate it, especially since the LAPD was willing to let this
Two
driver
girls,
go.
one
So
dog,
clearly
zero
maybe
cops
there
for
wasn't.
sure.
They didn't feel like they needed to.
She's just like pro
elevate
move. I'm
things to
leaving.
pull this stolen vehicle.
Good to
over
see
if
y'all.
it's a
I'm
stolen
out.
Vehicle again. We're not really that's all we know. It was a suspected stolen vehicle. So, but that would, at least the driver.
There she is. She's a long ways away now.
Unusual though to see.
She keeps looking back like, are they coming for me?
In the truck and their animal. You just want it all to be.
You think they were lovers? Not the woman and the dog, but the two women.
I'm sure that they don't want any fallout from
Butch Banner. Yes, his brother. His way butchier brother. Butch
they don't, but at the same
Banner
time,
is walking away with the dog.
There's a lot of other factors here. We don't, and we just don't know. We don't know.
Sorry, that's like
for example,
Butch
is
Banner.
that stolen property that she's carrying?
Handicap spaces at McDonald's.
You would think by now they would have already approached her.
Yeah.
We are told that they were trying to, but in any event, you can see her now sheltering at this McDonald's.
Sheltering in place at the Mickey D's.
We still hear them on the radio trying to find their way over towards her. Here's an LAPD.
All right, are we going to go get her or what?
The lights and sirens on in front of the McDonald's.
He's making his way over there, I think.
Maybe they're going to try and approach her now. We're going to stick with this because I feel like she's going to cooperate, but I do think they do want to talk to her at the very least. You're right. She hasn't committed any major crimes that we are aware of as a passenger. She is not the driver that was breaking all those road rules. However, she still...
That book bag could have anything in it, man.
All of this, and even if an arrest on her part is just
be like
paperwork
gold
for those
bullion,
officers, she still has information
dirty
at the
bomb
very least to provide and help them prosecute
news
against the driver. So they've got to find out at least what the situation is if they can.
I see it, Jeanette. I'm not talking about it.
We don't even know if that's her dog. Even we really don't know.
It could be a kidnapped dog.
I mean,
most likely her pit bull.
Yeah, most likely her dog. Just because it's wagging its tail and is not acting nervous at all. But what
I'm pretty sure my dog would go with anybody.
Dog around one of these trees.
My dog would not think twice about going with anybody.
And then she kind of stays there and lets the police talk to her.
It seems like a really safe place for her to be with the dog. I mean, it seems. Oh, here's the law. What the dog doing?
Up next to her, they're going to approach. And she's going to drop the leash. Did she drop? She did drop the leash.
She's like, "What do you want me to do? Do you want me to drop the leash?" They're like, "Well, we don't know the dog." Now the dog's
What's the dog's name?
And now
this is
when it gets tense.
Delicate.
But now the dog is scared.
Let's hope she cooperates here. You see, they haven't even.
Dog is scared. He grew up in Compton.
So that shows you we're back into another situation, not dissimilar to the pursuit last week up in Ventura County, where there was a large dog that they had to negotiate.
See what's expensive now? Happy Meals. I bought one for my grandson the other day.
Right next to what appears to
I was like, I didn't order a Whopper or a Big Mac or whatever it's called.
One guy he looks like he has a weapon or a less than lethal weapon where he's.
Well, yeah.
Our weapon is drawn, but they're approaching delicately, and now she's walking away. This is not good.
They might have told her to go there and tie the dog to the pole.
This is not good.
See what I tell you? What I tell you? What did I tell you?
Up to the pole. Maybe they're asking her to do that.
ABC7 hire me. I know what the hell's going on.
To do that.
That's what I would have.
Yeah.
Not that I'm going to be able to be
60 Flower Child. You're very welcome.
Criminal whisperer, but that you love your dog. You're going to put it. You're going to tie it around
some
kind of area, and then
yes, I'm going with that.
Hope it doesn't get out of its collar.
And they may just talk to her. They may not even execute.
They may just say, "Hey,
just take her in
what's going on, girl?"
Kieran off. Unlikely, but in any event,
lady
ass. You just don't know. You just don't know because the fact
of
the matter is
you picked a bad spot.
If she is taken in, now they have to call animal control or a relative.
Don't make her lay across that thing
and handle the animal.
That'd be terrible.
At least the dog.
Kieran off. I'll get you on that monetary monorail, my friend.
And they can now.
And
talk to the owner and figure out the rest.
I'm not really, and I don't know a huge amount
that
about,
puppy's
this sort of breed, but I
he's
have
a
to
good
say,
puppy.
I'm so proud
Yes,
of this
he
dog,
is.
not
Give him a
going around
hamburger,
barking
somebody.
Brains out at what's going on to its owner, and just laying down, like, okay.
Oh, that's a good puppy.
Very well behaved little one, girl. You could see that she's had puppies, but
anyway, checking out the dog's tits, lady. Calm down in there.
Because at least she's not upping the ante on barking and being violent.
The dog ain't a criminal.
That just makes it a whole different environment. It's
dog
like
didn't steal the
crying
car.
Baby when you're trying to have a calm moment.
No, they'll get. They'll get the dog back. I'm sure.
So, yeah, it's a tough one, but hopefully she cooperates and hopefully this.
Oh, this we will be
over pretty quickly.
Somebody get that.
She's pretty calm. I mean, she's certainly outnumbered. And it looks like they're about
it's
to take
confirmed
off the
she's a
handcuffs.
bitch.
Maybe not, but it looks like it.
Potentially, I think you might be right here. Again, they may just talk to her as long as she's cooperating and has a.
She seems to be really calm. That's good.
I guess you'd say, but it's not lost upon these officers though that these two.
It's a good dog. He's well behaved.
The driver, albeit, but these two put a lot of lives.
My
in
dog,
no kidding.
He's an asshole. He'll bark at everybody for nothing.
This is not something that should be taken lightly. And they certainly
go buy him
a
McFlurry.
Out of them either.
That dog looks like he would love a McFlurry.
Best practice to let suspects go, especially on live television, dare I say. But
yeah,
definitely
she's like,
that requires some follow through.
I can see the breast of the dog.
Even if it's just collecting a witness statement.
Yes, there it is. Dog's got ample bosom.
A citation.
I can see the dog is giving birth.
It could be as simple as
possibly C-section.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you're right. They definitely put a lot of lives in danger, and the whole situation is not lost on.
They nearly killed the dog. It could have been terrible.
It's curious why one law enforcement agency passes on the pursuit,
doggy.
and then another one uses so many resources to pull these two over. That's where
I still think they ran out of gas.
And of course,
they'll come and they'll take it and they'll hold it until they get out of custody and then go get it back.
The city's paying, or the state's paying so much money for the law enforcement to pull these people over when the LAPD decided against doing it.
Yep, a lot of resources dedicated.
Tons of resources.
They want to get to the bottom of this. It was their pursuit.
Speaking of getting to the bottom of it,
Highway Patrol handling the driver over here, but
my dog is
mutual effort.
My dog's this big
and California
and just goes
Patrol,
insane all the time.
Plenty of paperwork for both agencies to complete tonight, and eventually they will sort this out.
I don't know, but I heard they're asking for backpacks and dog collars.
What the future holds for her is quite honestly an open question. Does she spend the night in jail, or is she basically released in short order? That it really is an open question.
Catch and release. You see people in the chat saying it. They're not playing around.
These folks
it's going to happen.
To pull over for law enforcement.
No doubt about it. Well, Chris, I think we're going to pull away from this pursuit, knowing that it seems like it has come to a peaceful resolution.
Yeah.
And
why not?
We will keep people informed.
And I'll pull out as well, if you don't mind. Guys, wow, that was a fun time. I did not expect that tonight. If you do me a favor before you leave, is KCC still here? Go over to our friend over there at Kitchen Court Chats. Just go over there and say hi. Just drop a like, do something. Another great YouTuber that's watching out for others. They're not out trying to rip people off and act like there's somebody they're not. Try and get your subscribers and stuff. But yeah, right there. See it? Kitchen Court Chats. Very nice young lady, Paisley, over there working it. If you would take a second, go over there, because I'm about to thank all of you. As soon as the guys in the truck can cue my music. Guys, anybody? Is anybody still working? There it is. Yeah. You guys, I love you. You're awesome. The Who is the Chase Family Express. Brought to you by our friends over at scatparty.com. YouTube Junkie, Carol, Tiny Piggy, Cooper, Alex, thank you. Kona's mom, got a good one on. Carol, fan of the year. Miss K with the big PP. Karen, welcome. Paul, hitting them gifts. Reggie, Spike Donuts with a huge gift. Kay Jackson, woo, KCC, Tiny Piggy with a huge gift. And Kiernoff, our Hawaiian expert, man on the streets. You know what I'm talking about. Have you finished that those chaps I asked for yet? I've got a vacation coming up soon. I'd love to wear them. We love you guys. I want you all to do 3 things for me. 1, I want you to stay safe. 2, I want you to stay hard. You know what I'm talking about. Also, go and check out KCC, Kitchen Court Chats. Go over there. She's about to do her thing. Give her some support. Miss K, by the way, She is the Accountant of the Year 2023. Pier, of course, is Mod of the Year. And we're battling it out. Deathmatch. Wall games. For Fan of the Year. So get on over there. Do that. You guys stay tuned. All right? You never know what these top guys are going to do. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Top guys out.
Just do what I tell you.
Scissor me down!